Well, we'll see if we can get you to do that on Wednesday too. Boba Fett. Boba Fett.
Oh my God! Hello, and we're laughing already. Welcome to what am I doing today? Welcome to the GH Mini Spotlight. I went blank for a second. I am James Lott Jr. I'm here with Frank Moran, of course. Frank.
Hi, everybody.
He's here. Opening up the chat room. You guys know I've been on all day today. It's been an emotional day today for me. You guys watched earlier. I'm just like losing it. And I bought this raisin bread, and I don't think it's a little stale. I think it doesn't taste as good as it normally should.
Oh, well, that's a disappointment.
I know, Frank. I'm not happy for that. I'm not happy about that.
No. It's when you buy something fresh, thinking it's fresh.
Yeah,
it's already
like it tastes a little dry.
I will admit, I've never gone back to a grocery store in a situation like that and said, like, "Hey, hold on, can I get another one?" So
I don't like let's go right there. I want fresh. You're a liar, all liars. Hello, everybody. So as you guys come in, I'm going to tell you what happened today. We'll tell you everything that happened today. So, the Y&R was on earlier. As you saw, we cried our eyes out. But Amanda, Tammy, and I talked about Y&R for an hour and a half. The long fear we're done. So that's out now, video and audio. It's already out there. Bold and Beautiful. We did a regular recap. That is out now, both audio and video. I interviewed Diamond White, who plays Paris Buckingham, also as a singer-songstress. We talked about her hair, kids, which I have a comment I'm going to make on this show, too. We talked about her hair, talked about her being on X Factor, Tyler Perry's Boo movies, Empire, Dear White People. She also sang for the Dodgers, the national anthem, what that felt like. She's from Detroit. She's also in The Color Purple, the musical, and all kinds. We talk about all kinds of stuff. Plus, she admitted she is bipolar. So she's doing mental awareness all month. And so we talked about that. And she's over on Instagram at It's Diamond White. So go ahead and check her out over there. It's a good interview. We talked about stuff. It was really good. So that's out now. Our folks I know Distant Days is on right now. We're on their time slots. I'm so sorry for some of you guys who watched both of us. Like I said earlier, you should watch us first and watch them later.
That's right, Annie Goen.
And she's here. Annie Goen is in here.
You made the right choice.
You have no choice, Annie. You're in here. That's right. You're not late. We just started, Cherie. We're the ones who are late. We had some gossip first. It's Shady Sunday. We had some gossip.
That's right, of course.
But they're all out now here on JLJ. Also, I want to give a shout out, Christos Inesti, to anybody who is Greek. Today is Greek Easter, Greek Orthodox Easter. Yeah. I lived in the Greek for 14 years, so I miss taking the little red eggs and tapping them. And I also miss the lamb, the beautiful lamb that was made. I miss that every year. So, Christos Inesti, Frank, I want to tell you that.
Aw, and to you as well.
Yes, thank you. You don't even know what that is.
I don't know what it is.
It's Greek Easter. Also, it's the 80th birthday of my favorite singer, songstress, activist, director, producer, actress of all time is Barbra Streisand. My fellow Florian. She is 80 years old today, Frank.
The way we were.
That's right. You and I can make each night a first. From the second Star is Born, her and Chris Christopherson. But she had lots of hits. She had tons of hits, obviously. But she is my favorites of all time. And so she's 80 years old today. I just like that. That's just crazy to me. And in her own words, one of her biggest songs, Enough is Enough. Okay. Also, just lastly, thank you, everybody, just for your love and support. We lost our dog Jerry suddenly, day before Easter. Dogs are just they're just so essential, especially for mental health. My parents are devastated, and my stepdad, that was his closest thing, maybe closer than us, the kids. He loved little Jerry, and so they're a little lost right now, but they had made the announcement yesterday to me and my family that they're going to look for another dog. So we're going to do that. But it was a shocker because our dog got a clean bill of health the week before. I guess it was just time to go. He wasn't that old or anything. We don't know what happened, Frank. They couldn't tell us because he died on the way to the hospital. We couldn't tell us.
It's so hard.
We had a weird Easter. So, but we had him for 6 years. And so, keep doing your prayers, but they're going to get another dog. And we are rescue people. So my Scrabble was a rescue. Jerry was the rescue. So we're going to go to the pounds, the shelters. We're going to rescue another dog. We're all about no breeders. We're all about rescue, Frank.
Nice. Well, you rescued me, James.
I rescued Frank. He was a stray, just like
right.
on the streets of Hollywood. And I found him. Yes. I found him. I kept him. There's all these 7 years in counting. Exactly. So, but anyway, but he knows about dogs and stuff too. It was just sad. Very unexpected, very sad.
Yeah.
But I think they're good for wonderful support also for mental. I think my stepdad will be happy to have another dog. So anyway, but everybody, thank you for your support on that. And lastly, People's a good song. People who need people, the luckiest people. Yeah. The first song I ever heard actually of hers was "My Name Is Barbara." That's the first song I ever heard. I was a kid, and then I went off from that.
Mine was "Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell, Jing
Dangle,
Dangle."
Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell, Jing Jangle, Jingle Bell. That Christmas album, Frank. I think everybody had it for a certain age group. We all had it in our house, but she's Jewish. So it's always weird to me to get a Christmas album. But it's one of the biggest Christmas albums of all time. I mean, it's a huge thing. Jingle bell, jing jangle. I love that one, Frank. I'm gonna sing it to you next Christmas.
I cannot wait. Underneath the mistletoe, please.
Well, of course. Hello, on the Mistletoe Road.
Yes.
But oh, you gotta catch it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And there was one more thing I wanted to say. I guess I can't remember what it was. That's it. I guess that's all the announcements. I think we're good. General Hospital, Frank. This week, there's a lot that went on. I just feel like I have like these notes. I'm like, there's just so many different things going. There's a bunch of stuff going on out there. I was trying to think, where do I even begin? There's just so many different things going on. But I want to ask you in general. Do you feel, I almost feel like they need to zero in on a few things at a time. I feel like it's almost too broad for me. How do you feel about this show these days, Frank?
Yeah, I agree. It's where it does seem like there's almost too many storylines happening where not too much gets advanced.
Yeah.
Like the Elizabeth thing. Oh, my good Lord, please. We got to move it on, especially don't do the thing right now when you already show so little of the storyline. To finally on Friday when I felt like, all right, now we're gonna show like Liz is the one that knocked out Chase, to then get to like, the cameras went out. Like, oh, come on, why are we dragging this out longer?
Yes, I agree with you completely. So that's what I'm saying. So we're on the same page. It feels like some shows get flack for being too super focused. They have two storylines only. Bold's known for doing like two storylines at a time. That was kind of like, well, maybe that's a good thing sometimes because we actually get it moves forward. Where there's that storyline, dating has been going on off and on for like a long time. This whole Drew thing with Aurora and you got executive company. There's all this stuff that's kind of just itchy. And Marshall, especially Frank, that whole story. Cheese and crackers. I'm like, Ice Princess. There's a lot of storylines, but they're not really. They're just like, okay, we're on the same page.
And also just a lot of repetition within storylines. Like if I had to have one more scene of Curtis talking to Miss Wu and saying, "Remember, nothing's going to happen until I get this file of information." And remember, like, hold on, Curtis, you already know what the deal is. We can just chill and just let this event happen, and then you get the information. But he kept on asking for it so many times within those scenes. Like, oh my gosh.
Yes. Well, we'll start with the Elizabeth thing because that one was a little frustrating. Because again, I'm like, am I missing a scene or something? And poor Chase, Frank. Chase has been beaten up, punched repeatedly, knocked over the head repeatedly, poisoned. Chase has just been like, he has hurt all the time. He's a punching bag. Cheese and crackers. So I'm like, he gets knocked over. It's obviously Liz. He heard noise upstairs. We come back to him. That has to be it, right? It has to be it.
It has to be. And I don't know why we're dragging this out. It has been going on for so long. Like, let's get into Liz seeing herself being the one that knocking out Chase and having no memory of doing that. And let's dive into what's bothering Liz.
Right.
But no,
Like,
we'll do a scene of Chase and Aiden doing the Ouija board. We'll do that instead.
I was like, okay, there are so many things you could show right now that would be beneficial to the story. But Jake showing that Aiden wanted to try to communicate with him, with Franco, it wasn't it. This wasn't it.
Yeah. I don't know. Ouija boards, like Elizabeth's reaction to the Ouija board. I also want to say, like, hey, are we? This is not like the 50s or 60s where we're like, the Ouija board. Like, okay, Liz, relax a little bit. It's just a Ouija board.
Even Chase was like, "What's a Ouija board?" I'm like, okay, like no big deal. I'm like, weird. I don't know. And but I did kind of like because it is part of the storyline, so to speak, that Portia and Liz got into it at work. And that was interesting because again, they're both going through something very stressful. But I mean, Liz was going on, but Portia was not having it at first. She was like, "Excuse you," and Liz was like, "Not my job to clean up your mail." I'm like, okay. But then they went back to their friendship and they talked it out. And I thought, okay, they're showing us that they're both stressed out. You know, Portia went off on Jordan before, and now she's forgetting things. Like they actually addressed that. I wish with the Elizabeth thing now, her going back, it could have continued that story more. Just like, okay, she's stressed out at work. Things are going on. There's weird stuff. She's told everybody the story at this point. Everybody knows at this point something weird going on in our house. Yeah. Can't we just
just get to it because I feel like Portia must feel like I do watching the show sometimes, where it's just like her daughter, it's like she knows she's innocent and she just wants this thing to get going. Why aren't everybody just doing things to make things happen and getting my daughter released from these ridiculous charges? I just want things to happen. And that's just like me when I'm watching a lot of these storylines. Like, I just want this to happen. What are we doing? Why are we waiting so long?
I'm with you, girl. Like, oh, what are you doing? You need a great invitation? Like, what's going on? See, Portia, Frank's with you. He's like, what's taking so long? But it's the PCPD, Frank. You know how they work.
Yeah. But that can be applied to every storyline of the show, whether it's what's going on with Marshall, what's going on with Liz. So many of these things could also apply to that, where I'm just like, just move, please.
I mean, we finally got a Vanna kiss after how long they've been separated. I mean,
yeah,
I love it when James Patrick Stewart shows back up on my screen. I'm just like, yes, we love him. He lights up every scene. He saves every scene. Basically, he's in. Jeez, it's just like, and him and Anna kind of dancing around stuff, talking about Peter, and then they finally kiss. I'm like, finally, like, hello. How long are we waiting for this?
I know. GH just knows just how to. I'm glad they put that at the end, because if they hadn't, I'm just like, then guys, you're really just knowing how to kill any sort of vested interest in that we as the audience have in these couples.
And the one person who had me laughing all week had me laughing is Miss Harmony. Woo! Harmony falling out of control. I'm telling you, that is the biggest bag I've ever seen, purse thing, whatever, and the biggest file on earth with the tab on top. You can see the tab everywhere. Girl, turn it down, turn it backward. I don't know what it was. Something. I mean, it is, and her spiraling out of control made me laugh. I loved it.
Like, one who has a file, like any sort of psychiatrist or anybody that has a file that wide.
It's huge. It's huge.
So, like, what kind of file cabinet are you putting that in?
Thank you. I was like, well, where's the 8x11? That's like a 7x14 or something like that. I mean, it's huge. She's losing control because she killed Brendan, of course.
Okay, all right. Can we break into that? Because
yes, Alexis.
The sequence, the scene with the green screen for that whole scene was just so terrible. I couldn't figure it out. Like, why did they choose to shoot it like this? And why do they let it, they have to know it looks so terrible. Why did they make that choice?
They made that choice.
It was so, I mean, did it bother you? It was taking me out of that scene the whole time. Anytime they come to the close-ups and you could just see the halo of the green screen around them, it was just so, it kept on taking me out of it.
Frank, I care so little about both those characters that I didn't even. I knew it was a green screen. But I didn't even the scene bothered me. Period. Because you have I'm a former nurse, folks. That's one of you guys know that. Okay, the needle was this big. It was like, so what's going on? What's going on? I'm like, I was bothered by that, Frank. That needle was that huge? Like, are you tranquilizing a horse? I guess like it's a man.
That was so huge.
Like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. And you go, is that a syringe? Like, what are you doing? And it just falls to the ground. Like, the thing was huge. That's what bothered me more than anything else. I'm like, you have like a little syringe or lady could feel it.
Yeah, for me, if I was in a conversation with somebody and we got into a little bit of a dust up, and all of a sudden that person's enormous purse fell and a syringe came out of it, I wouldn't be like around, like I'd be running. I'd be just running, just head for the hills. Yeah. I'm not going to walk away because I know that person's going to probably just jump for me from behind and stab me with that needle. I would be feet don't fail me now and be sprinting to whatever nearest vehicle I could get to.
They're all yes, Frank. Yes. They're rushing with the Harvey storyline along. I think they are actually.
Thank you. Please.
No, we're happy about that part. We don't care about that part. We're happy about that part. I'm just saying.
The choking and the tossing over the cliff was spectacular.
But poor Alexis. She just can't catch a break from these people, and she's a floating body.
Well, at least she can take solace in the fact that Neil's brother found out that Alexis had nothing to do with it before he got unceremoniously dumped over that cliff. Where is that cliff?
I know. Where's that from? In the park or something? Like where? I mean, is that where Nell fell? Like, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. I was confused. I was really confused.
Yeah, I mean, that made no sense to me. But also, I guess how did Harmony get the key to his room? Did she go to the front desk and try to say like, "Oh, I'm his guest"?
That's true.
I mean, she crawled down to wherever his body was and fish it out. Like I mean, also when she's just pulling out the key and saying to the maid, like, "I don't know, I've got this. I get that key to the room." Like, how does she get that? But she got that. She got that big file. She got that.
It must be in a scene that was cut. I don't. Who knows?
Oh boy.
But I mean, it was just like, she's holding that file like a baby. Like, that was Oscar's meadow. And that's funny. I thought they were on a pier. No, they were not on a pier. They were on grass. It was a grass.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I thought when they were struggling, she would inject him and kill him.
Yes.
That's what I thought was going to happen. Well, she was choking him and then they pushed him over. I'm like, pushed him over where? I'm like, what? I was like, trying to look down. So I looked down and I'm like, to the TV. Where is that at? Oh, what's going on down there?
And for the body to turn up, one, I guess there was water at the bottom of that cliff, or did Harmony go down and then drag his body into water and dump it? I have no idea. When she got the key, who knows? But I do like when the body is found, they start really investigating the choke marks around the neck. Like that choking was so quick. I find it hard to believe that there would be any of the big marks showing up on there. But
yeah. But the whole thing with Jordan, like, so you did know him. Well, I mean, and asking about what his state of mind. So I'm like, I'm in his state of mind. He didn't like me. Oh, he did. The way you treated me at the funeral. Oh, he treated you so way at the funeral. Like, well, I'm like, hello. I mean, Alexis did not do it. She didn't kill him. She's a crackers.
And it was weird that the show kept on teasing us, where we'd see that big folder sticking out of that purse with the big name tag up there, whether it's at the Metro Court. I'm like, are we coming back where it's going to be somebody who's taking it? Then are we teasing that? No, it makes it back to Alexis's place, and it's laying there. Or is somebody going to see it when it's out? No. Harmony gets there and it covers it up real quick, and then now we end up with: is Carly going to see something? Who knows?
Well, here's the thing, because now we had Carly, Sam, I mean, everybody involved, Willow, everybody's involved, and she offered Alexis a drink. Let's have a drink, girl. Come on, it won't kill you. I was like, oh my God. I was laughing the whole time. I thought it was hilarious. Alexis was like, bitch, you trying to give me a drink? Like, what? Like, what? Huh? What? I laughed and chortled the whole time. I thought it was kind of funny. And to the next morning. Yeah, we got to talk about last night or whatever. I'm just like, yeah, you offered me a drink. I did what? I was like,
it's interesting. I mean, and who knows? We didn't really know. We weren't really following Harmony much back when she killed Neil.
No.
So I have no idea if she had those same sorts of feelings after killing Neil. But like here, after killing Brendan, I mean, she's just spiraling so rapidly.
Oh, and she told Lexus what she's not going to do. Apparently, she's like, "Oh no, you're not going to bring up in that article." And Lexus was like, "Excuse me, bitch. Like what? Well, I'm not going to do what?" And oh no, you can't pray at all because it'll go into my past. And I'm like, well, what if you don't mention Alexis, you stupid bitch? That's what she wanted to say. Now you know they're gonna still look at me like she's like, no, you're not printing that article. And Alexis gonna be like, well, when I get back, we gotta discuss this arrangement or whatever. I'm like, Alexis, you don't even understand what's going on. You don't know. I mean, this bitch is crazy.
Yeah, she even broke one of her little plants. Right?
I was like, what was that? What was that? Like, yes, she crossed the line. She did, but she offered her a drink. She crossed the line. But Harmony was going for everybody, and and of course Dante's so mad at Carly because he made her out. Well, I'm like, what? I don't want all that either. Sam's like, Carly's like, I'm sorry. Sam's like, don't worry about it. Yeah, they'll work it out somehow. But I just think it's funny that Harmony's getting out of control. It does feel like they're trying to rush the storyline through. But I don't know what the conclusion. I'm trying to figure out. Well, Will's gonna find out she's not Harmony. Is it gonna be the trial? Is it gonna be Nina? Is it gonna be a trial that's gonna all come out?
I mean, I guess. I mean, we had it seems like only major life events that are affecting Nina and Willow will come out during that trial.
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, it happened again for Nina at the trial for Sonny. So let's just save those big moments for that.
I think it's going to happen. It was like, what's going to happen in Harmony? I mean, because Alexis is like, this bitch is crazy. She's like, this bitch is crazy. But, Carly's trying to be nice to her because she's Willow's mother, the other grandmother. Sam's just not having it at all. She's just like, I'm not into this bitch at all. So it's very interesting. Mm-hmm.
I did like, as always, it's just a soap cliche, a soap staple that when Harmony does go back to the Metro courts to start, tying one on, that Willow's there studying, and she comes up, Mom, what are you doing here? Like, it's a bar at a restaurant. What's the big deal? I'm just here drinking. But it always comes off as just so, what are you doing here? Like, it's so weird that you would be here. Why are you here? Tell me why you're here. Like, come on, guys. People just go to things in their lives and they don't need to be like.
They do. Oh. So yes, there's that. I think Harvey's going out of control. She's crazy. Cardi walks in, about to walk in, and who knows what's going to happen there.
Yeah, like even there's like more. It's like I understand the idea for the scene, but like give us some different story ways to enter in. Like instead of like, oh, you're back, something like that, as opposed to what are you doing here? What are you doing?
I agree. I don't agree.
Enough with this.
And then you have I forgot. I guess slash out of the Trina storyline and the Liz storyline, we had the grandsons of Laura Spencer Collins arrested. I laughed in that one too. Where are my grandsons? That was so funny. And I love when Laura just breaks it down to Spencer. Like, when she told him, you will not dismiss me like that again. I was like, that's right, girl. You tell him you were going.
Yes.
She told her, and Spencer got quiet. He's like, you will not dismiss me. He goes, don't try to dismiss me again like that. So like,
yep.
I love it. So basically, we got more Rory this week. So all you Rory lovers out there can salivate and whatever. And just like the thing that happened with Chase and Brooklyn a year or so ago, he gets punched by accident. It's clearly an accident. I mean, it wasn't like, especially at the beginning, it was just whatever. So Cameron, because now Spencer won't tell the truth, of course, Frank won't tell the truth to Trina and Jocelyn. Oh, I'm like, that part. So I'm like, oh, come on. I love that Cameron calls him out on it. It's like, it's the dumbest idea. Like, just tell them, like, at least he's the voice of reason for a change.
Yeah.
Woo! I know. Yes, Laura did slap niggas a while back. She don't play. And when Laura puts her foot down, because she had her foot down with Spencer the whole, she didn't give him an inch.
No.
And she's like, no. She goes, do you think that was okay? Like, she's like, the officer of law talks to you, you'll just talk to them in a certain way. You explain, I love her. I love her.
One thing I loved about Rory, though, is as you were mentioning, like with Chase, but also with Nathan before that, it is a PCPD just staple that the newest person on the force follows the rules just a little too close and ends up, stepping in it really big time with everybody. Like,
what was it me? Was it me, Frank? Wasn't Jordan giving him some shady looks when Rory was talking?
She was. It was like she was like, oh, okay. And why did you arrest that?
Yeah, I know. It's like Jordan. She was giving some look. I mean, first of all, I'm sorry. The new Jordan is like, well, she's beautiful, but she's so tall compared to everybody else.
That's true.
She is. And all the scenes, like, but she was looking at Roy like, and you did what next? And it was like, okay. And he was like, I'm like, okay. I'm like, that made me laugh. Yes, but Rory was like, I'm trying to follow by the letter of law. I brought them both in. I know they're the mayor's, grandsons or whatever. Well, you said, there you go. His partner wasn't with them because he was at the crime scene. Because remember, Roy was trying to get some, was he getting sandwiches or coffee or something? He was getting something.
Oh yeah.
What was he getting? BLTs?
I think it was coffee. Drinks for everybody. Or again, like Trina is like, you're always just, you're always following where we're at. Like, no, it's a coffee place. Right. And I'm just getting to get coffee. Chill out.
Yeah, girl, calm down, girl. It's like literally, it's a small town. Yes, he's a rookie. Yeah, he's a rookie. There's coffee. I think it was. I knew it was something he was getting. But yeah, so that's how it started. They broke up the scene, and it's dangerous for you to like try to stop it. I'm like, hey, Cameron and Spencer aren't dangerous. Like, I was like, Frank and I probably could take him down too. I mean, like, it's not that dangerous. So I was like, okay, Jordan. But Jordan was giving total shade to him. And Rose was like, I just tried to do my job. I was went on. But Cameron called Finn.
Yeah.
He called Laura.
I mean, Liz is sleeping. We gotta be careful.
That weird too. Like, why is Liz asleep? Anybody else awake?
She's just tired. She's just tired, James. Sometimes you just need to go to sleep at like.
I'm tired too, you guys. Yeah. Frank is right. I'm tired also. I'm gonna nap right now. Good night, everybody. Frank,
there's part of me in that scene though that felt that that Spencer did it on purpose though, so that he'd be going with Cameron, so Cameron wasn't left on the hook to take it all himself.
Yeah, it was on purpose. I think it was on purpose. I love Cameron. He can't catch a break. He can't catch a break either. And Cameron was telling the truth because him and Joss are fighting over this. But Joss is total Carly 2.0. She is just like, this goes in.
Oh yeah,
always going in. Woo.
Yeah, I don't know why Spencer thinks that this is the smartest way to go about it by keeping. Right. I mean, it's glad that it's finally revealed that he knows that Esme did it. I don't know why we had to play it out so dumbly by this. Like, I gotta make Trina think that I'm really against her, so that way Esme feels safe about this. Like, all right, whatever. But I mean, at least I'm glad that when they did the fake in the gallery, I was glad that they actually did the real with Cameron right after that.
Yes. Okay, so we're always freaking always shady, but we do recognize the good points. Now I was like, thank you. So now we know he's trying. We had a feeling that's what it was, but they didn't. I kept saying, let the audience in on what's going on. Yeah. If anything else, let us know. So I'm glad they right away. I thought it makes sense to him and Cameron. I think it makes sense. I kind of like it. I like that. They are family on some level. They're friends. They're family. I kind of like it.
No, I agree. But it's just. Okay, Spencer, we'll see if you actually make something out of this or not.
The DID takes a lot out of you, James. I'm sure it would. Thanks, John. I'm sure if I had DID, I'd be tired all the time too. So.
That's true. I mean, there'd be two of you doing a bunch of stuff. You'd be exhausted, James.
I would. I think I have DID. I don't know what's going
on. Tired of warehouses and
yeah, exactly. I think I have DID already. Who knows what's going on? I'm always tired. Okay, so so that's all that kind of going on. Meanwhile, back at this Moon Island, it's gonna be okay. And Esme always touching his arm. I'm like, Frank, this is too cliche if they go this direction. It's just too, because he's like, I feel like Spencer's on to her on some level too. But him and Ava are really at a crossroads. Is he really gonna let her? I mean, Frank, I don't know.
I mean, I could only think that if they decided to go this route, knowing that Spencer is against Esme right now,
Right.
and if they try to see like Esme trying to make him and if they see Esme trying to make a move on Nicholas, maybe this is the thing that brings Spencer and Ava together. You know, the whole enemy of the enemy is my friend deal. Maybe that's how they start kind of mending fences between the two of them. But it's excruciating to watch these scenes because I don't know why they're writing Nicholas so idiotically. It's just crazy to me. Because and it's weird because there will be those moments within the scene, like he goes, "Oh no, I'm fully aware of what you've done. Don't think I've forgotten all this."
Right.
But then he's all right back into it. I'm like, what is happening?
I agree.
And even with Ava, he's like, "Oh, don't you think it's good to keep her close so we learn more about her and try to figure out her weaknesses?" Like, well, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But then why are you doing it? It's just so weird. It is so weird.
I agree. I totally agree. So I'm not alone. I feel weird by it. I don't understand.
And I'm waiting for Ava to make a move because she knows what's up with Esme. I mean, other than going to Sunny, I mean, she's talking a lot like, I know I can't trust Esme, but it's just been a lot of talking about Esme, and I'm waiting for something to happen. And I guess maybe it'll be the Nicholas thing. Maybe that really sets Ava off.
Yeah, if Nicholas and Esme get sleep together, oh my God, Ava, Esme would run for her life. You thought Sunny was scary.
Yeah.
Woo, Ava Scorn, she better run for her a natural life because I'm like, that'll be something else. Unless Ryan escapes. Remember, we got Ryan out there somewhere. He's sitting there acting like he's blinking to death. But at some point, he's gonna come out.
And it's tough. Do you think that Harmony gets taken up by Ryan, or
people think that? People think it's going to happen.
I mean, I guess that's.
He said, "Oh, don't worry, I'll take care of you the way you deserve." Or whatever. I was like, "You better run, Harmony. You better run." He says that. You better run.
Yeah, that's like I would have just left town. Sorry, that's it.
Same here. I'm like next. Sorry, because he was like, "I'll go. Don't worry, I'll take care of you." He's like, "Don't worry, I'll take care of you." Like, "Oh, you want to take care of you?" No, you don't, kid. You do not want him taking care of you. And on a side note too, Harmony's dropping clues, and Cardi's like, she said something really weird the other night because I was like, your family, Willow's family. I wish she was my family.
Yeah, I know it's great. Where all you just need to throw out a couple little breadcrumbs to Carly, and she will just grab onto it. And she's like, I just gotta know though. I just gotta know. So to even go inside Alexis's house at the end of Friday, I mean, still that's pretty bold because I was like, oh,
that's Harmony's car. It's Harmony's car.
I'm just gonna walk in.
But then again, I'm like, why is Carly involved in this storyline? Why are we getting her involved all of a sudden? Is there just no story? It's just be in every storyline on Earth?
Because I feel like she's going to figure out what the deal is between Harmony and Willow. And then it's like, does she tell Nina the real truth? Or it's like, no, I'm going to hold out on this.
Didn't even think about that part, Frank. Thank you. I didn't think about that part. That's right. I didn't think about that. She found that. Oh my God. I didn't think about that.
So, I mean, I feel like,
okay.
Yeah, I feel like Carly will be just really like keeping that one to herself.
So she'll read the file. She'll get in, read the file. Somebody either sneak out or her and Harmony will get into it for a second. She'll go and go, oh my God, Willow is Nino's daughter.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so funny. I didn't even think about that part.
Oh.
And also we got just kind of a little side note. Again, because they just give us sprinklings of it. The Ice Princess. So the original four met up, Anna, Robert, her, and Felicia. But I think, it all ties to Victor. The week we weren't on, Victor and Laura had a big talk. So I think the whole thing is it all ties to Victor. And so everybody knows it all leads to him at some level. So they don't believe Jennifer Smith really did anything. They don't think she didn't do anything. They don't know about Valentine, of course, posing as the guy. But this whole leads to Cassadine. Everything leads to Cassadine. And again, it's another storyline, Frank, that's just like inching along.
That one is. I don't know why we're dragging our heels so much on that. Not that I don't enjoy seeing Victor and Charles Shaughnessy around as Victor. He's great.
Yes.
But man, I think you could still keep him around. You kept Helena around for a long time. You could easily keep him around. but let's just move the storyline as well, please.
Oh, I know. I'm just like, oh my god.
But it also like that conversation, which I enjoy seeing Felicia,
Yes.
Robert, Laura, and Anna talking. But the way that Felicia and Anna were talking about it, it's like, were they kind of like testing Laura? They were sort of like, I mean, this is what they think's happened. I mean, I guess this is it, right? It's what Laura finally says. No, I think this is a Cassadine. That's what we thought too.
Yeah, I know. Like, there you go, kid. That's right.
Just wanted to make sure. Okay.
Yes, Victor was one of the brothers involved. It was played by Teo Penglis back in the day. But he was involved. But he was involved in the Ice Princess. Yeah, he was. There was Mikos, Victor, and someone else. I forgot what the other one was. They're all part of it. Yeah, back then.
But also, it seems I don't know like what the deal is with this Ice Princess, because clearly it must not either it's a fake or it's not crucial to Victor's plans, and it's just a red herring. Because why would he let them?
I wonder. It's a good question. I wonder because I feel like because he keeps saying right. She's saying in the chat room, he claims something big's about to happen, and they need to come together to really be safe. And I remember, was it last week before where they were talking about, I think it was Valentine was trying to convince Alexis to come over, and she was like, I have Cassadines, my daughters, and hopefully you still. Love their scenes together. Love, again, John Stewart comes back in this picture, makes everything all right with the world again. Love them together. Love them as family. Love them. Love them. Love them. Love them.
No, that whole scene between Valentine and Alexis was great. Yeah. It's like, oh boy, it's like, I almost forgot. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. That's why it's so much better having him on this show, because these scenes are just always entertaining to watch.
Yes. Yeah, Tony Cassadine, thank you. I know it was another Cassadine. I can't remember what it was. It was a long time ago, kids. I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, let alone what happened 40 years ago sometimes. But they're saying, it's supposed to be something big happening coming. And that's why he said the Cassadines need to come together to combat it, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's just something because he does mention Lexus's kids and stuff. We're always like, yeah, they're Cassadines too. So there's something going on, but we don't know what it is. But this Ice Princess, remember we had the hot weather for a while, then the cold weather. Like I'm like, again, it was inching along. So again, it's like it's not consistent enough. So it's inching along.
It's not that I guess that storyline wasn't really well received, but when it got to the point where Helena was bringing back Stavros back to life, where we got really bonkers Cassadine, like, all right, then let's do this. Don't be dragging this out. If you want to go there, go there. I'll take the ride with you guys.
Me too. Yes, I know Robert Kelly will not. He's retired from acting, so with his Stavros be slightly different.
Yes, which is fine. We can do it.
They can do it. Yeah.
I fell down a big hole.
Well, the Sarlacc. Let's see. I'm trying to think of all those storylines we've got that. Oh, I did like that. It was funny when Alexis walked in and Valentine swiveled in a chair. Yes, I've always wanted to do that. And she's like, I'm sure it's the first time you swiveled in a chair. That was I love them together. I love that they're friendly relatives. They're friends.
Yes.
I like that. I think they're friends. And they're honest with each other. So I like that. But does Valentine believe Victor now? Or is he just playing him too?
Because I mean, knowing how Victor, well, one, we recast Charlotte, and now she's just pushed off to boarding school. So,
boarding school kids.
Yeah, but there's no way that Valentine believes that Victor was just innocent about what happened with Charlotte getting in jeopardy that day. So I feel like he's staying close to Victor, but he is ready to drop the hammer on Victor when the time comes, especially because of getting Charlotte in danger like that. I don't think Valentine forgives that at all.
Yeah. That. And then also we got Drew looking into his life. And then about merging ELQ and Aurora. Ned was happy about that. Ned was like, excuse me, where does that leave me? Like, hello. Because literally that would make him a controlling interest. Because he can only get folks, this thing forever too. But I think it's fascinating, it's forever. He can only get scouts. Danny's not his child. Danny is Jason. So he can get scouts and it still won't be enough. So now they're taking Aurora and ELQ and put them together. I guess why not? I don't know, who cares, right?
And then we get to see that hot scene with Cameron Matheson and his real life wife in there, which
yes, you did.
I mean, it was like sitting in a James Lott Jr. session right there. Just I was like, this is like when you're sitting across the table at a fancy restaurant chatting with James Lott Jr.
I want to tell you guys something. I'm a certified life coach as of 8 years last week. I'm certified in 7 areas. But I can tell you something right now. I've never gone to a fancy restaurant with a client to discuss their lives. It's always been done through Zoom, phone, in person. I've never gone to like the Magic Castle or somewhere. Like, let's have a meeting over here and let's talk about your life. I've never done that. I was like, okay. But it was cute. Him and his wife, they're cute. Whatever, it's fine. But executive coach, and that's very modern of them to do that. As a coach myself, in the coaching profession, I'm part of the International Coach Federation. I like that part that they kind of did. That is true. I mean, to go somebody who can help you get unstuck. Drew is stuck. So they're trying to add some real world ways of the show. So, right, on YNR, they are doing it. They're doing a lot of merging on YNR. That's they did of companies. So, yeah. I think it's overkill on that show. But, yeah, but this show, I don't know, ELQ and Aurora, we never see them anyway. We never see them work anyway. So, okay.
Yeah. Now, for you I know you've said that you've never done that, but having seen it in action, are you going to start changing your tactics now? It's like, hey, yeah, I need to have a meeting at Spago. So this is what we're going to be talking
about. A steakhouse. Yeah, no, at Soho House. If my client has money and wants to pay me extra and we want to meet over there, sure, I'll go anywhere and talk about your life. It's your messed up life. Sure, why not?
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe that's up to you, though. Just got to open that door because maybe they don't even think that. It's like, oh, James is not going to want to have dinner and talk to me about this.
Let's have dinner and talk about. No, when I have dinner, I want to have fun and drink and have a good time. I don't want to talk about your life. I don't want to do that. Screw that noise. I don't want to do that. Olivia and Carly do on the Port Charles Grill. Sorry, go ahead, Frank.
Yeah, and that it just the amount of flirtation in that scene, and I guess just because they're real life man, husband or wife, but just like. This is just really kind of weird vibe between.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And now, why don't we have sex? Okay.
Oh, okay. Sure. Okay. That'll help you. Now, is a life coach bound by client-patient confidential psychologist? Yes, we are. Because a lot of times we have a contract we sign with our people, with our coaching clients. There are a lot of things, a code of ethics, same code of ethics. So. Yes, we are bound by client-patient confidentiality. It's implied. Same being a professional organizer, same thing. I'm not supposed to tell what's in the house, what's going on. I'm supposed to take pictures without their permission. There's a whole code of ethics that we follow. So yes, I'm also a divorce coach. So I work with the divorce coaching is also sanctioned by the ABA, the National American Bar Association. And so we're bound by some of the same laws as they are in terms of working with a client.
Do no harm, James Lott Jr.
No, I do harm every day, kids. Every day. Every day. People are coaching on Zooms. Yes, I do coaching on Zoom also. Yes, Frank?
Like spinning out of that scene, I guess, they, whatever they're going to be doing with Drew, let's just move it along. But we have them talking with Britt, and that's, it combines whatever's going on with Drew, who knows? Britt's just kind of languishing in this weird kind of like we keep hitting this dating storyline.
Yeah,
I don't know why we just keep going back.
But Frank, it's getting bigger. Firstly, I thought of you. Outdoor scene alerts. Outdoor scene alerts. We have Brad and Britt. I'm assuming it was the Prospect Studios commissary and right outside of there. Probably. I've never eaten there before. I'm assuming it looks like other commissaries, outdoors. I've eaten that before on studios, Frank.
That was great. That scene, I always enjoy a great outdoor scene. You're right, James. I enjoy that. But what I loved most was the end where Selena shows up and just shuts that down. Oh, it was spectacular. It's like, well, that's great for you. Anyway, we're going. I have excited news for you, Bradley. Come with me right now.
Lydia, Look, and I have a love affair online. We've been going back and forth about her scenes. And I said to her, yeah, I love the way how she sauntered over and scooped up Brad.
Yeah.
She literally did, Frank. You said she just walked over. That's cute. Come on, Bradley. You got a job to do. And that was it. She just kind of went in and walked her off. It was so funny to me. I'm like, you guys, I'm being funny. I know it's Prospect Studios Law. I'm just being funny. I know where it is. But no, but I thought it was hilarious. Just sauntered over like she always does. Out of nowhere. Where the fuck she come from? Out of nowhere. And it was just like, oh, Bradley, okay. And it's like, that was it. Got a job for you. There you go. I love Selena. I love Selena anyway. But that was fine. But you're right. So now we've added Spinelli. Was Spinelli Britt's date?
And see, at first I thought the way he was reacting at the at PC Grill, I thought that he was.
Maybe it wasn't her. Just he had another date somewhere else. Maybe
I guess, or maybe that he's just going out to the dating scene, and that's why he was getting a little. We got a little, stylish fashion makeover with Maxie. Thank goodness.
Mr. May says he worked on the Lott in 1996. That was 10,000 years ago. Wow. It was the same lot as Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, they're the same lot as Grey's Anatomy. Anyway, so yes, you're right. I first thought it was that one, but no, I guess it is. He's just dating two, and he didn't show up to his date, so he's trying to play it. I think Spinelli owns the website. That's funny.
I don't know. I mean, if it was Spinelli, would you be down for a Britt Spinelli?
That's why I was kind of conflicted. I'm like, I don't know, because I love Spinelli and Maxie. They're so cute together. They just have a natural chemistry. We've seen them for years. But then I like Drew and Britt. I really do. I like them. People keep asking, we get the whole Austin thing. Well, he wasn't on this week. I don't mind Austin and Maxie. I know folks hate them. But see, I don't like Austin and Britt. I didn't find chemistry with them. I found just friendship with them. I didn't find a romantic chemistry with them. So I don't know. I like Drew and Britt.
I feel like the unfortunate thing is I just kind of play it out in my head. And if Jason was never coming back to the show,
right,
I'd be down for a Drew and Britt. I'd be down for if you want to try Spinelli and Britt. But either of those are so close to Jason that it just feels like whenever you already see like Jason comes back, and now it's that tension between somebody I really cared about and who do I pick, and it's like that is so that the person that the male figure in that relationship is so close to Jason. I'm like, I don't know. So I already feel like I see where that could go.
Frank, there's a chat. Okay, Mark M says,
"Ooh.
Hi James and Frank, happy Sunday, Frank. Next time you're on the WB studio lot, I would like to take a picture standing near one. I'd like to meet you and take a picture standing near one of the R&B signs on one of the studios. You're not at WB anymore, are you? You're not Warner Bros. Anymore.
I was there for the dog show. So, yes, I was there a couple of weeks. What an honor that would be. I'd be happy to do that. One, I would apologize in advance. I would make you nauseous if you saw me in person. You'd be like, oh boy, what's this guy doing? But heck, yes. If I'm ever there at the WB, I'll send out the call that I'm going there, and we can. I can disappoint you in person, and you can take a very unfortunate photo of me and you, and then you'll regret ever like having that idea. But I'll do it.
See, we all know Frank's the MVP of all these shows. We know that, but it's fine. We know it's the truth. He's the MVP of all shows. Well, just ask Lobito and Christian Black. They'll tell you the same thing. You're the MVP.
Get out of here. But Mark, yes, thank you, Mark. I'd be down for that.
He said, bro, please. Stop it, Frank, Lori says. Yes. Spinelli got really squirrely around Britt. I know, but I think maybe Frank is right in the sense that maybe he wasn't the date, but he's going through something similar.
Because Britt was waiting there for a while. So it seems weird that he would have gone to Curtis's club. When he should have already been at the PC Grill by that point.
Right.
And plus when Maxie suggests, going over there to watch it, like Spinelli's like all in for that. Like, why would you do that for a date that you're late?
Sure, not sure. So I think he's just going through the same thing, possibly. He said, I'm trying something different. So maybe that's what it is. So, but on a side note, just because it's just kind of related, Phyllis is going to buy the bar.
Hooray.
So to speak. It's signing it over to her. So
for $100, what a deal!
Well, if we can be at the bar for $100, I'd take it. I'd take it.
And then we got like a little action scene of Brando and Sonny stopping that robbery.
Yes. And apparently, I saw the previews from last week. Sonny's back, so we see one of the guys in a trunk.
Yes,
I know.
That scene was just so useless. It did nothing. where he just walked out, looked at the trunk, and like laughed.
And I was like,
Like, what was the point of that? Like, we're not gonna you're not gonna ask him questions or anything? No. I mean, maybe you're gonna have your henchmen ask him questions, but we never find out any information over that. So it seemed like a ridiculous. Like, I understand you want to show Sonny's back, but also, how about, can you show Sonny's back and also advance the story a little bit too? Because that seemed like a wasted scene.
I agree. Speaking of Selena, I'm telling you, I said, I told Lydia, look too. I said, I think Selena wants her a little Curtis, which we're not surprised.
Yeah.
I love the way she kind of, every time she saunters in there and the way she touches him and everything. I'm like, that's right, girl. If I was near him too, I'd be touching him also. I like, so Selena, so the card game goes fine. Sonny shows him, of course.
Man, Sonny is going to be, when Selena Wu comes for Sonny, it's going to be all Sonny's fault, because he's just going to push her and push her.
She's on his side. She's not doing anything. She's on his side.
Yeah.
He's just poking and just smiling about it. Then trying to look at Curtis sideways. And I like Curtis, like, I know what I'm doing. Don't worry about it. And George trying to warn him too. I know what I'm doing. I was like, yeah, they got a little heat going on there. Mm-hmm. Selena looking at him like a piece of meat. She's like, I think she'd love to have some extracurricular activities with him.
For sure. And we get to see Brad sweating it out as the concierge of the night.
The guy wanted a cheap beer. That was so funny. It was reminded where he came from. I was laughing so hard. They said the guy's name. You never say the people's name. I'm like, come on, Brad. You never see people's names out and I'm like, yeah, hello. It's supposed to be bumbling Brad.
Yeah, he'll get better. Like he better.
Oh yeah, he will. Don't worry, I'll take care. No offense, but Brad's a snake. But he's like, don't worry, I'll take care. He's under my. Was it not in 5? She said whatever it was, but yeah, she's like, she'll take care of it. She's like, be careful, girl, because Brad's a loose cannon too. He's a screw up.
I mean, clearly this is not going to be, the last poker game that we see there.
No.
So it's only a matter of time before, something happens where things go crazy. But we do see that Curtis does get the file from Selena. And, it's like, don't open that. Once you look, you can't go back. And I mean, I'm glad that was not a sign that we're going to drag it out.
Yeah.
I'm glad Curtis went right over there and flipped it open and started looking. And immediately was already disgusted.
No, let me reenact that for you for a second. Here's what he's like. And then it goes to something else.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is. On those papers, Frank. He's disgusted. You're right. The papers, looking at papers already. So we don't know what it is. So he's upset. Life is all that. So I am. They got Marshall about to leave, but Trina. So now they're putting this whole thing where Trina's getting close to him somehow.
It's been a privilege to know you.
Jeez. I was like, really? Isn't that much? I mean, she's an officer of the law or some shit like that. I was like, come on. Like this, she's nice and all, but all that. She's a cracker.
I mean, it seems like they're really this week. We should not have any more secrets from Marshall, or maybe his medical condition. Maybe that's still being kind of held in reserve. But I'm and maybe whatever Stella's connection is to all this.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that at least Curtis and Marshall can be like whatever Marshall's deep dark secrets he did in the past. We can just finally air those out and just like move on.
You got TJ, Grandpa Marshall. Now he's Grandpa Marshall all of a sudden. What's going on? What's going on with him? I'm like,
and we had a scene of Drew, having to tell Marshall like, no, it was a fake interview.
oh yeah. And Marshall wasn't happy about that. He was like, yeah, it's fake.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's
fake.
I did like him laying in. That was a weird thing because he lays into Drew about like, you don't know what it's like to have nothing and just great for stuff. And I'm like, hold on, you said you read up about Drew before you were gonna do this this job with him. So yeah, that he's like a twin of a quartermain that was adopted off and had nothing and was just a Navy SEAL but had nothing and it was kidnapped. So yeah, okay, sure, all right, yeah. Like now he's fine, but yeah, trust me, he's had plenty of some crap stuff that he's had to do with in his life.
Yes. So Epiphany and Trina both try to get him to stay. We find out from Selena, literally just confirmed he was never in witness protection. That just never happened. So we know that much. But again, it's like piecemeal. Piecemeal is a little like, oh my God. Come on, folks.
And you know, I at least like the moment between Sonny and Curtis where Sonny's up on why Curtis would do something like this with Selena. I just realized, like, oh, so you know, all right, you know, you had to know the information, right? You couldn't just talk to Marshall. You just had to know. All right. I mean, good luck. I think Sonny was like, this is probably gonna blow up in your face. So good luck. Good luck with that, lad.
You know, but Sonny, know your business. Don't worry about it. I don't worry about it. Let's see. Oh my God, did we just cover everything? Let me look on here.
Oh, well, we just teased it, but let's really just talk about how much we did not enjoy the Sam and Dante scenes. Where Sam is like oblivious.
I have forgotten about them so hard that I'm like, what are you talking about, Frank? I totally put them in my brain.
Where Sam is oblivious that she was really out of line of texting the police file to Carly out of Dante's phone. Where it's that whole conversation, like, Sam, you did something wrong. Why can't you apologize? I don't know what the big deal is. I mean, this information is going to be known at some point, right? So what's the big deal? Oh, Sam, you're just I
had no comment because I'm just like, I almost forgot about those scenes. I just don't care about them.
I don't either. Like this little micro jeopardy that they're in for a day. Whatever.
Again, I like Dante separately. I like when he's spread out around. I like him separately. I can stand Sam separately sometimes, but them together, I literally just fall asleep. I don't even know. I go on ultimate. I like Data and Star Trek. I just power down. I will now power down. Just power me up when it's over.
Yeah. Oh, and we got Leo.
I was much that. I was saying, well, and on a nice high note, much of that next. I was saying, I just was Sam and they were there. I'm like, who cares? But Leo's adoption is final. He has Leo Quartermain. All folks were there. Poor Chase couldn't make it in time because he was been hit over the head.
Oh.
But he does show up later. Another storyline that Frank and I have talked about this over and over and over and over. Put them together already, please.
Yes.
I think Frank and I can agree with that. It's not even cute anymore to me. Like, it's annoying now. It was cute at first. Now it's annoying.
Yes. I mean, I can feel like the only good thing that could come out of Chase having gone to the hospital for a concussion was that scene between him and Portia, where Portia's like, hey, you gotta, you show up and let them know that you care. So I'm hoping, like, if that could be the impetus that's going to get them together, like, I want to see Monday that, like, hey, we're starting this thing off. If this is delayed again, ugh, get out of here.
I like the fact that so I like them as a couple. I like Brooklyn doing her own stuff. Chase, they need to kind of solidify more about what he's doing. It's kind of weird. He's kind of languishing out there. He's like, he's helping Liz right now, but like, he's not on the force yet. He's kind of languishing around. Like, I think they do something with him that's kind of worth something. At least with her, she has deception. She has the Quartermain family. But they also got to work on her too, kind of like, what's next for her too? I mean, it's kind of like they're both kind of two characters. You got to figure out what's next for them.
I mean, it seemed that they were trying to tease that, like, Eddie Main 2.0 between her and him. And I thought, like, great. But they seem to have, whether they're just putting that on pause or they're really slowly playing that, or they've changed their mind. But it's like, I think that's a good idea. Let's do it.
Yeah, I agree. And Leo, he's part of the family now officially, and I think that's fine. Finally, that's fine. So he knows he's a Jerome on some level, but he's a Quartermain. So that's basically led Ned's, again, Wally Crook doing double duty this week. But he had the most crazy Days of Our Life storyline this week that I was laughing so hard. It was the gayest thing I've seen on television in 8,000 years on General Hospital this week. The gay wedding that didn't happen. Oh, that was hilarious. He had to administer that. And at the same time, He's on this playing Ned. I was like, Wally Curtis, he wins. He just wins every time. I think he wins. He wins.
I'll be curious. Yeah, but you're right. You mentioned it earlier too. Him feeling like the odd man out for the Aurora ELQ stuff.
Yes.
I'll be curious what they're gonna do.
Because actually, Michael, Drew, and him are all good guys. They're not going to try to outdo each other like on purpose. It's more like we're trying to figure out how to make them have the majority as a family. So I kind of get that. But Ned was like, wait a minute. And I was like, wait a minute. He goes, what about me? I'm like, no, we'll work it all out later. Don't worry. Ned was like, I don't know about all that. Later. I don't think Ned was having that. I don't think Ned was having it that much. He was kind of like, I still don't think I like this.
I mean, because I feel like of the three of them, Ned knows how duplicitous the family can be to each other. And even though Michael and Drew are kind of the newer generation and don't have those natural inclinations, they're aware of it, but they don't. That's not their first kind of go-to. I could see Ned being like, whoa. Even if Drew and Michael's have no intention of being like that, but I can see why Ned might be like, we'd be eating each other by now.
Yes. I was like, okay. So, but again, maybe storylines, if I can have said this 1,000, 100,000 million times, I would be more invested if you gave us 3 or 4 days of the storyline at least. I just feel like we just don't get enough of it. I want to get invested and care, but you almost have too many storylines. I feel like it's just too many. Like, how can I follow it all? It's like just too many. So I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know. It's crazy. I just want more. I want better. I want it more thought out. Austin should have been at Leo's adoption party. Another character is Austin. Dealing with that. Let's see. Lots of stories floating around. I agree. It really is. Chase seems to have no purpose. Austin called Maxine with cotton surgery. We know that. They keep teasing Drew with everyone. Sam, Carly, Britt. They're not sure where to go. I think they're chem testing. Okay, here we go. Here we go, kids. Before we leave this earth. I mean, before we leave the show. Excuse me. Frank, I addressed this on Bold and Beautiful because there's 2 actresses who have been unfairly treated because of their hair by fans. And actually, Diamond White, if you want to watch my interview with Diamond White, she addresses the hair. She's very well aware of the fans and the hair thing. So, Frank, I don't know if you know any of this. So, people were saying nasty things about her hair and Trina's hair. The one who plays Trina, I forgot her name. The girl who plays Trina. And, like her braids are ugly. And, oh, my God, braids, they're ghetto or they're this. Or, oh, my God, all this stuff. And she changed her hair again. And hers better straight. So Black women, if you just don't know this, they change their hair all the time. It's a common thing. They can have short hair 1 minute, long hair next. Plus, like Diamond said, sometimes just having braids is easier to have. Just you want to have some braids, it's just you can stay in for a few months and then you're done. You go on to something else. It's no different. There are a lot of white women over the years who've had extensions and weaves and click-ins and falls. It's not something just to Black folks, but white folks have done it for years too. But it's just very interesting to see that people are commenting on these Black women's hairs. Tabiana Ali, thank you. It's Tabiana Ali, thank you. I'm just thinking, I say, shut up. I think it's racist and it's crazy. And saying she's ugly because she has braids. And that makes, like, so she's pretty or her hair is straight or her hair's another style. Makes no sense. You can not like a hairstyle or like a hairstyle, but to equate it with somebody and say that they're ugly or they're this because of the hair makes no sense. So I just want to make sure I'm taking it for all Black women out there. I just want to take that, that this is not, that makes no sense. It just makes, you could not like a character, you can think a character is not that pretty for other reasons, but I don't know why. Yeah, Dolly Parton has a wig line. I mean, it's people wear wigs, they wear extensions, they change their hair. It's what women do. It's no big deal, but it's just been very disturbing, Frank, that they've been attacking the Black women on these shows. It's really interesting. Like, why not everybody else, but just the Black women? I'm like,
that is unfortunate. I don't know why we have to be just judgmental on stuff like that. There's no reason for any of that. Let everybody.
And the actresses know. I'm sorry, the actresses know. I'm saying they're saying they're hearing, they're seeing it. They're seeing it. So I saw, but we did address it. Me and Diamond addressed it because she was like, "I'm a black woman. She's beautiful black woman," and she changes her hair. Because sometimes it's not even anything political. It's like, I want to change my hair. I want it short. Like I want it long today.
Guys, somebody's hairstyles that's not going to hurt you at all. Just let them, gosh, let people be people.
I agree. Yes, there is a whole thing about darker skin. I know folks have been attacking this new Trina. I'm just like, I just want to get past this part, folks. Really, we like, Frank and I talk about this show. Trust me, we're shady towards this show all the time about what we don't like and what we like, but it's never about the way they look. We never attack their looks. I just think it's or their race, or their height, or their weight. I mean, I just in the 7 years we've been here, Frank and I have never done that. I would never do that. Never do that. It's not good.
No. As an ugly man, I have 0 stones to cast.
Frank, you're not ugly. You're a handsome guy. So stop it.
I know that. I know what I am, James. I look at this every day.
Look at this every day. Well, luckily you have somebody, so you're like, he's actually taken. So somebody finds some okay. Yeah, about Frank. What's going on?
She's blind. That's why. So.
It's really bad eyesight. It's crazy. But yeah, but I'm just saying. So I just want to make sure. I was going to say it today because I did say it. But the actress I was talking to, she actually had to address it. It was like we had to address it. It's a shame. She felt she needed to address it. I mean, it just doesn't. It's really bad. It's just personal. It's really bad. But yeah, hair is hair, folks. Like today, James, look at this. Ta-da!
Yes!
I'm wearing a hat is because my hair is crazy. It's crazy today. I didn't wash it or whatever. But you guys know me. I've had an afro on here. I've had a shade. I've had a flat. All the years, I've had every hairstyle. I only cover it up because it's not pretty today. I don't know. It's like this. And so...
Sexy.
I want to look nice for Frank, so I'm trying not to. I put a hat on.
You always look nice. I don't know. You have nothing to worry about there, sir.
I just feel like this weird hair, but anyways, that's why I put a hat on. But I always say, Frank, you're handsome. Like you're both good looking, Frank and James. Thank you guys. We'll take it. We'll take all the compliments.
Take your lies.
Take your lies. I'm turning 53 in 2 weeks. I'm trying to hold on to whatever looks I have for this point. Frank,
you're not holding on, you're firmly grasping them.
I sleep upside down with steaks in my face. That's what I do every day. Every night. Thank you. Yes. So, but it's dumb. It's just dumb. But I just want to say something. We do opinion shows. I just want to make sure I mention that. So when I see it in the chat, when I see it on Twitter and stuff, I just think, God, it's a shame to attack people for their hair. That's just so weird. We express ourselves through right, Luke? We express ourselves through our hair. I change my hairstyles all the time. Frank's a different hairstyle. We all just you shave it one day, you shave it. Some day you let it long. It's just his hair. It's hair.
There are days that I feel like I should be more involved in sub Twitter, and then I hear you talk about stuff like this. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good where I'm at.
Oh, you're good where you're at, Frank. Don't trust me. I'm a little involved. I can't help it. I get in there, but it's just I see some stuff and I'm like, what? Where did that come from? What? Yeah, there's some things I'm flabbergasted and gobsmacked by some of the things I see, Frank. I'm gobsmacked. No nurses ball till 2023. It looks like there's no nurses ball, Frank, this year. No red carpet. No Lucy losing her clothes.
Where's George Pinocchio gonna do?
I guess he has another job, Frank. He'll be okay.
I mean, this is one of the biggest events in the history of the world. I mean, they're always huge. So I don't know.
Yes. Okay, I will mention it. Somebody asked me in the chat room. In California, the Crown Act was passed. Crown meaning your hair, to not be able to discriminate anyone against their hair. Because I actually have had jobs in the past where I was asked to change my hairstyle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was. Back in the 90s and stuff, I was told I had twists at one point. I was told that was too urban. And they said I had to change my hairstyle. Which I did, and I quit the job. I didn't do it. But another job asked me to not wear a fro. I had a short fro. It wasn't that big, it was a little short one. They didn't like it. They asked me if I could change my hairstyle. So I do firstly know what it feels like to have someone ask you. But they passed the law basically to protect Black women. It's crazy.
That's ridiculous.
It's crazy. Friend, it's crazy. There's certain things we have to go through. You almost like, is it for real? Is it for real? Like, is it for real? When I was asked that, I thought I was being pranked. Back then, I thought it was Candy Camera. That's how old I am. Is it Candy Camera? Now I'd be, was it AFW or AFW? Well,
That's right.
VW, is it VW? Frank, I don't know what show it's called, whatever. I think it's just California. I don't know if it's federal now. It is federal. Okay. Oh, can we supposed to do a report on the topic? Okay, so it is federal. I knew California was spearheading that. But yeah, no. It's just weird. I thought it was a joke. I thought I was being pranked. I thought I might be pranked. No, I mean, they were serious, Frank. They were totally serious. I understand tattoos and all that kind of. I understand all that stuff. I'm like, my hair, really?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And folks, I'm getting a tattoo for my birthday. So finally, after 53 years, Flobo Voice got me a gift card to get a tattoo at a tattoo parlor.
Are you getting his face tattooed on you?
It's gonna be his face and say Flobito, new content every week. That's what it's gonna say. That's what it's gonna say.
I would love that. It's like, I will pay for your tattoos, but you have to plug me as your tattoo.
That's hilarious. I'm like, yes, so I'm gonna get a tattoo with Flobo's face on it. Yes, that's what
I'm excited, Jays. That's gonna be great.
I'm scared to death. I'm a big chicken. That's why he got it for. We talked about it to death. He's like, no, you're getting a tattoo for your birthday. So
I assume you already know what you want.
I do. He's like, I'm not gonna tell anybody. I'm gonna reveal it on the show and be like, Frank, look.
Booyah.
Yes, and he's gonna go with me. So
that's
I said,
nice.
You go with me. Yes.
I mean, clearly because he needs new content every week.
New content.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
But I've been scared to death. I thought at 53 years old, I'm gonna get my first tattoo. Like, but I have an idea what I want already. But I'll reveal it when it happens.
Do your I feel like you should do a sleeve, and it should just be a constant updating of all the JLJ Media programming. You just every new show, you just add that new tattoo.
A new tattoo. Well, actually, I would have a sleeve at this point.
There you go.
I would have a sleeve. Oh my goodness, that is hilarious. You guys, thank you for watching the show. Unfortunately, I have a life coaching client to take care of. Speaking of life coaching,
yes.
I am white. I don't have experience in hair discrimination. Well, they do also do it for a lot of women. If you go gray, they want you to dye your hair. Men with goatees wants to do just for men. There's a lot of things that subtly they put out there for everybody when it comes to aging and hair. That's a whole other discussion too. I'm keeping this, folks. I'm not getting rid of it. So I earned every gray hair, Frank.
There you go.
Every single one.
And you wear it well. You wear it well.
You wear it well. Like, unfortunately, I have gray hair, so other spaces I don't like. That's another story. Frank Moran, where can they find you if they want to follow you?
I don't know why you would want to do that, but if you choose to make that bad decision, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at HappyGoJackie.
And you can follow me. We're all James Lott Jr. Sold at James Lott Jr. Also your platforms and TikTok. I'm on there, of course. TikToks. We'll be back next week, of course, if barring anything happens. We'll be here next week. This is our #1 show on the network. Yeah, and so thank you guys for making sure it stays #1 every week. It's #1. I'm just Frank and I are eternally grateful to you.
Absolutely.
We are to you. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time. Have a good week.